Sir Michael Wilshaw in Ofsted is still very keen that there's a note of tension and stress within the education system. And it was very noticeable at the start of term that they made the announcement that there would be 40 unannounced inspections conducted across this term. There are criteria which will trigger an unannounced inspection, but they wanted to pilot whether we needed more no-notice inspections. Now, you may find it ironic that you would announce an unannounced inspection, but the other question is, Ofsted have always had the power to conduct no-notice inspections. Why would you announce a wave of them this term, if it only to set a note of fear going within the education sector, so that everyone's wondering whether there's a car waiting in the car park before they turn up for school. Now, the good news is, and I think this is really important, and hopefully it's filtered through already, is that we have managed to fight off no-notice inspection. There will not be a further expansion of no-notice inspections across the system. You will continue to get the half-day to 24 hours notice that you get at the moment, and I think that's a really important achievement. The argument that we put forward is that school leaders have a right to be present during their inspection. And that actually, if you're expecting a self-improving school system, you're going to find days when people are out at events like this. You're going to find heads and deputies working with other schools in their federations or their clusters, and none of that is going to happen if they're constantly wondering whether someone's busy inspecting their school while they're away from that. And so we said, look, you can have a self-improving school system, or you can have no-notice inspection. You cannot have both of these at the same time. So thankfully they've seen that and they've pulled back a little from that, so you still continue to get the short notice that you have. I actually don't think that much of the general public realises that the notice is only from the day before. I think a lot of people still think you get a 2-week notice of inspection, which is a very long time away from that. Now, part of what's been going on is that they have expanded the criteria through which they can conduct an inspection unannounced in a school. Safeguarding and child protection issues are at the heart of this, and quite a bit of that is a fallout from the Trojan Horse affair within Birmingham. But there are some other criteria that are interesting. One of the things that can trigger an unannounced inspection is not displaying the school's curriculum on your website appropriately. I think it is well worth you going to check whether you're giving a full description of your curriculum, or your school could be being inspected as we speak at this moment in time. There have been 2 inspections triggered by that already this term. That's a bit much when you're being asked to implement a new curriculum this term as well, and make sure you presented it on your website appropriately, but that is one of the triggers.